This is a bad.
Hey guys, this is Stephanie, and today we have one of our patients, Jay, and she's going to talk about her hip pain that she's been having. And she was really, really fearful that she wasn't going to be able to travel and that it was going to really slow her down. And she didn't know what to do until she came in to see us. So you're going to hear this amazing story. So tell us a little bit about your hip pain, what you tried, what's been going on, how long it's been hurting, all that good stuff.
Okay, and first I got to say, yay, Stephanie.
And
My,
Corey.
yeah, Corey. My best friend, Dione, is a patient of Stephanie's, and we've got a big trip planned this summer, and it's a walking trip. And I was about to just cancel my trip, and she said, no, before you cancel, you have to see my friend Stephanie, who's a PT. And I said, okay, fair enough. I just don't want to, miss out, but at the same time, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I came in for an evaluation, and Stephanie and Corey both said, hey, we can do something here. So my right hip, I took a fall on concrete while gardening in 2020. You got to do something during COVID.
Absolutely.
Take a fall.
And you had to be outside.
So I took a heavy fall on concrete and buggered up the hip big time. And, I've been a power lifter, and I love swimming, and I do love gardening, but I also love motorcycles. So all that put together, and my age, I've really done a really good job on compacting everything. So that's the reason why I came in, was sheer pain and the thought of losing a trip.
Yeah. Yeah. And, when we first talked, I really was like, yeah, this is probably a hip thing, but we won't really know until we evaluate you. So it'll be interesting to see what we found. And it wasn't a hip thing. It was a back thing.
It was a back.
And it was a back thing on the opposite side of where you were hurting, which was the crazy. I mean, I was like, wow, this is so interesting to go, but we have to go after this because you were shifted.
Mm-hmm. So I was at an incline. If I stood up straight, my right side just went foof.
Yeah.
And today it was so cool because walking away from Corey, she's like, oh my gosh. And I've really only been in 3 times, but the exercises that I have for home exercises, I stick to them. I don't care what's happening. I stick to my home exercises. And well, Stephanie, what do you think?
Oh my God. Just from the first visit coming back in, night and day different. I was like, oh my God, your hip pain's gone. Look at you. You're standing up straight. Your shoulders are almost even now. And that was after the first visit. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yep.
That, and again, it just goes down to, you've got to figure out where the source is. And when you do that, you can get things to resolve. It's just, you have to get to someone that can critically think and ask questions and understand how it all works. And so, so yeah, it was amazing. I mean, one visit and I was like, wow. And now we're off to doing stuff with your hands and getting that fixed up too.
Yep.
But yeah, how's your walking now?
Well, this is the fun part. I rescued a 7-year-old Chihuahua mix, and I've never had a dog mixed or that old.
Yeah.
And I got him during the summer where it was 100. So we were doing 5 times a day walks.
Yeah.
And so now that we're down to 2 and I'm in better shape, it's like, come on, boy, we can go a little longer. But it has been a joy in the sense that I can bend down, pick him up, wash him, go outside, play in the garden with him. But the biggest thing that I've noticed is that my cervical spine, which is right, the back of my neck, that is the nerve part that's giving me, problems with the fingers. And my lumbar spine, right, across from the hip to, across the hip area, those are the 2 areas that I fall hard on. And get, when you're wearing a crash helmet and you go clunk, it's like, okay. But what's so amazing to me is the fact that I had electric shock going through my right knee, and it's gone. It's gone. I've had, the pain was just gripping, and it was like someone punching my hip, but at the same time gripping it hard, like nails were going in, and a punch, nails, punch. I sleep at night.
Yeah.
I sleep. Now I have to lay on a rolled up towel.
Mhm.
My physical therapist says to do this. And I lay on my towel and my lower part of my back 3 times a day. I was wondering if I had to sleep on it, but I'll crawl right off of it. So that's not going to work. But I
Sometimes
do.
I do. Sometimes if I'm
Usually,
like, ooh, I didn't do my exercise and I kind of feel a little tight, I'll sleep on it and it's like
there
it's
you
gone the
go.
next day. Yeah.
There you go. And then the other thing I did now, I do see a chiropractor, and
Mhm.
Stephanie and he know each other from way
He's
back.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yep. And I do have a hand surgeon because I've had a broken wrist and
Mhm.
all sorts of broken fingers. And he's very pleased that I'm seeing Stephanie as well as my chiropractor. So I'm doing it all. I call it
Yeah.
CAM therapy, contemporary and alternative, therapy.
All at
So I'm
once.
doing
Yeah. Well, what were some of your fears if it wouldn't resolve?
number one. I'm a widow,
Mhm.
and I'm by myself. And this little Velcro dog of mine is attached to me. So he doesn't say much, but if I do walk on him, he will say something. So I'm afraid of falling on him.
Yeah.
I don't have that fear anymore.
Yeah.
I actually will, hold on to something like the side of a counter and turn around, make sure, but I can turn around without going crick, crick, crick.
Yeah.
So I'm easier walking with him. I just feel better. I made it through the ice storm
Yeah.
without falling down.
That's
So
huge because it was
that was
ice.
huge. And so I got my papers, if you will, from Corey today saying, go ahead and try and get in the pool, because
Awesome.
I love water walking and aerobics against the
Yeah.
pressure of the water. So she said, yep, you're safe enough. Go for it. So
And you're
I'm going,
still going to go on your trip with one of my patients.
yes, because if I don't, you'll kill me.
Uh, but you're going to be like pain free and you're going to be able to walk and it's going to be like a
Exactly.
joy, not be like, God, I
Exactly.
just can't do this another day, which is miserable.
Exactly.
Like it's miserable going somewhere and wanting to see things when you travel and
Mhm.
not being able to do it.
And I
So,
don't want to take a walker with me. I can fold it up, sure. Don't want it. I
yeah.
really don't, because it's one more thing for me to trip over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, tell us your experience with our office. Um,
Oh, number one, Victoria.
yeah.
She is she's your front person,
Yeah.
and what a perfect person to greet a new patient.
Yeah.
And she's so well versed with the office protocols
Yeah.
and therapies. She was a joy, and it takes all that nervousness away.
It does.
The hours of operation are so flexible. There are, I mean, it's perfectly suitable for a new patient.
Yeah.
It's welcoming. It's Stephanie, you have so much experience. Plus you've been in, professional sport. I mean, you've been a soccer player.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
You guys have got to see when Stephanie does the splits still. It's amazing. It's
Yes, I
like,
can still do that.
she's just amazing. It's like Swiss cheese, right down the middle, and you see all the holes. But no, it's a lovely office. It's comfortable. Um, all sorts of ages,
Yeah.
men, women, young, older. I have seen there, and there's not. I saw a lady today. She must be in her 90s,
Oh,
and she
yes.
came in
Oh my
this
gosh, she's
cold
so
weather,
sweet. Yeah.
and she was bundled up, and her
Yeah.
her caregiver was with her. And let me tell you something, she was smiling.
Oh, yeah.
It says a lot. It
Yeah.
says a lot. So
Yeah.
I recommend the practice. Stephanie and Corey have been the two working with me,
Mhm.
and Victoria in the front. She's the littlest thing you've ever seen. Dynamite comes in small
Dynamite.
packages.
No joke.
But she's lovely. She's
Yeah.
absolutely lovely.
Yeah. And what would you tell someone if they're on the fence about coming in?
Stephanie offered me, because I was scared,
Mhm.
and Stephanie offered me an evaluation. Um, and it was a sit down, listen to, like, my problem has been long in coming,
Mhm.
and caring for my husband. I'm a registered nurse, so
Yeah.
caring for my husband long term before he passed put a real stress on my body.
Yeah.
And the evaluation that Stephanie gives is paramount. I think that was the best way for me to hear what she had to say.
Mhm.
But she started me one exercise at a time, so I'm up to
Mhm.
3 now, and
Yeah.
number one, I don't even have to do anymore.
Mhm.
So I recommend coming in for the evaluation. Please consider that, and your fears, questions, everything will be answered,
Mhm.
and that's the thing you want to do and get well.
And our biggest goal, I mean, our goal is to get people back. So like, if we have to, put people with other, we kind of work as a team so
Right.
that everyone,
Right.
gets the best, because our goal is to give you the best. And if we have to pull in, Corey or myself or Lisa, we have all these people, that we do it because we want to get you back. Our goal is to get you back to living your life again. That's what we want.
And there's Pilates. I just realized there's Pilates.
There's Pilates. Yeah, we do Pilates on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to start opening that up a little bit and start adding some more days. We have another person coming in here once we start getting some people. She's fantastic. But I mean, we hire good people.
It's a growing concern, and that's where I haven't yet seen someone leave there that wasn't going.
Yeah, happy, smiling, going like
The education also too. As much as I've had other modalities of care, what I've enjoyed with each of my caregivers is the time, the expertise, and the hope.
Yeah.
And I've got that with you, Stephanie.
We get that all the time. Like people have lost hope and they get into our office and they have life again. They're like, oh my gosh, I have hope again for the first time. And I love it.
Exactly.
It's so sad to me that people get to that point, because it's just, there's so many people that just don't do it the right way. Well, there's not enough time. The system is creating a healthcare system. The system is making it where you don't have time with people, and you need time with people. That's how you figure things out. So, but yeah, no, it's been awesome. I've loved, it's just I'm always so amazed at the body and how quickly things can resolve. It doesn't happen with everyone that way, but it definitely was amazing. Wasn't a hip issue, it was a back issue. And you give it the right exercise and it's like, boom, it's like, oh my God, that's it.
Yep. Well, muscle has memory, as we know. And God created the muscles. So I figured if anyone can clear me up, it's going to be my creator. So that's my story, and I'm supposed to do it.
Well, it's awesome. I'm so bummed I missed you today, because you're always a joy when you come in. I mean, we're always laughing. It's really loud when you come in, which is great, because it's really loud when I come in too.
Oh, it's hysterical. But again, that's the type of atmosphere I want to heal in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Your story is really going to just help someone else out there that has, having similar issues, to kind of give them hope as well.
Thank you, Stephanie. Glad to help.